Hello, everybody. This is Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And as you can see, I have a lovely guest next to me. This is John Assaraf. He's amazing. I've had him on the show before, so I'm really excited to have you back, John.
It's great to be back.
Haven't had too many people repeat, so I'm very happy that you're one of the repeaters.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a repeat offender.
Yes, there you go. There you go. So let me just introduce you a little bit. I mean, I'm sure you don't need any introduction, but John is one of the leading behavioral and mindset experts in the world with a unique ability for helping people release the mental and emotional obstacles that prevent them from achieving their very best. And in the last 10 years, he's written 2 New York Times bestselling books, appeared on Larry King Live 8 times, and has been featured, of course, in the movie The Secret. So he has built 5 multi-million-dollar companies, and he's just an amazing man, and I just love every time I have interaction with him, with you. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for that great introduction, and I always love to connect with you and to share your message and my message to help people all over the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one of the things I want to talk about with you, because you have amazing research in brain discoveries that are really critical for success. So, what are some of the new brain discoveries that really are critical for us to have success in our lives?
Wow, there's so many, but there's a few that are really, really important that I think will help anybody really understand what caused them to take action and really go after their goals and dreams, or really have the goals and dreams but procrastinate and feel doubtful or insecure or uncertain. And one of the most fascinating, fun discoveries is that we have this desire to acquire circuit in our brain that really is part of our biological need to acquire more things just in case something goes wrong. And so every human being has this inner feeling for wanting to, acquire, whether it's more money or more food or more safety or more security. And we also have discovered that there are spiritual circuits that light up in the brain, motivational circuits that light up in the brain. And what happens when somebody sets a goal that's outside of their current comfort zone, before they really start to take action, and after they are motivated by the initial goal, a circuit that kicks in is the fear circuit. And that is important for one really specific reason. When you are motivated to do something and you have this goal that you want to achieve, whether it's make more money, whether it's get into a great relationship or stay in a great relationship, or any goal that you haven't yet achieved, dopamine's released in the brain, you feel good. But then a secondary circuit kicks in usually that is part of the fear circuit, and that starts the process of going into your memory banks and looking for anything in your past that may be associated with the new goal and dream that you have. And the memory parts of your brain that activate first are anything to do with when you've failed before, when you've been embarrassed before, when you felt ashamed before, when you felt disappointed either in yourself or others felt disappointed in you. And that activates the right prefrontal cortex of our brain and shuts down the motivational center of our brain. And that's why a lot of people set goals and they initially get motivated because they have this excitement, they gain this new knowledge and they gain some new skills. But then another part of the brain kicks in and goes, what if you fail? What if you succeed and you can't continue it? What if you embarrass yourself? What if? And most people don't know how to recognize that and then turn that switch off like a light switch, and then turn the switch on that lights up the genius part of your brain that says, well, what if I do succeed? How can I succeed? What can I do to mitigate the risks of these things that are coming back from my past? And this happens at a very, very quick, unconscious level. And unless you learn to pay attention and be aware of your emotions and feelings and recognize that your emotions are nothing more than signals that are telling you, here's what's happening in the engine.
So you're telling me that we all have an ability that we want to acquire things. Can that be why I want to acquire more and more shoes?
I have a passion for shoes like my wife does. Yeah, the desire to acquire, have more and more and more. More is a natural tendency for a lot of people.
Yes, I think your wife is with shoes and purses, correct?
Shoes and purses.
Shoes and purses, yes, that's why we get along so well. So let me ask you this. You talk about, I talk about universal laws all the time. And so you talk about the law of the laws of compensation, financial compensation. So can you talk a little bit about what that is and how would we actually apply it in our lives?
Sure. When I think of life as a whole, I think of different levels that we're playing on. There's something that I called SEMP, S-E-M-P. There's the spiritual side, which I believe is the higher level of our being. There's the emotional side, the mental side, which is our ability to stay focused, stay consistent, stay clear. And then there's the physical side. Well, when we're talking about achieving things in the physical world, the law of compensation is, well, how do we make money on Earth, on this little blue planet that we live in? Mm-hmm. And the laws of compensation is not that, think it, believe it, and you'll achieve it. That's one part of the equation. You have to have that. But in the world of commerce, you have to ask yourself, is there a need for, my knowledge, my product, or my service? Because if you think about money, just money, if you go back enough in time, you will find that we created this concept of money as a means of exchange. So whether, I gave you chocolates or a horse or a pig or food for whatever it is that you did as your craft or skill or vocation 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years ago, it was a means of exchange. And so we used livestock and a whole bunch of other items to exchange things, whether it was spices for gold or gold for a horse, etc. Well, once the currency model, got a little bit too heavy to carry around, then it became electronic funds transferring this for that. And so the first thing that people need to realize around money is an idea and it's a means of exchanging. So first you ask yourself, is there a need for my knowledge, my product, or my service? And if the answer is yes, great, you check that off. And then you ask yourself, well, how many other people are offering, what it is that I either know or have that I want to use in exchange? And if you're rare, your value goes up like a rare painting, a rare diamond, a rare car. So the rarer you are because you are so unique and you've upgraded your knowledge and your skills or your service to the highest level, you can charge more. But then there's a third equation that actually equals out or balances out the entire landscape, and that is your ability to get your product or service or knowledge in front of as many people, either locally, nationally, or around the world, who actually want it. And so that is a skill that you can learn. And so there are people that have amazing products, services, and ideas, but they don't know how to get that in front of a lot of people. And they try and try and try instead of figuring out, well, who could I partner with, that could help me do that?
Yeah.
And so if you understand the laws of compensation and you understand your strengths and your abilities, and you elicit the help of other people who have other skills, other contacts, other tools, other resources, then you start to really utilize the laws of compensation in a way that'll help you take your genius product, service, or knowledge, etc., and share it with the world in exchange for that stuff that everybody wants is more money.
Perfect. I love it. Great explanation. I do always say that money is green energy, but it's really it's a mean of exchange, just like you said. And so it's like, what am I giving? How am I serving to be able to then receive money in return? And, in the industry that I'm in with coaching and in training coaches, I see a lot of coaches, for example, feel like, well, I'm giving my service away, but I feel weird collecting money, when it's like you're actually doing a disservice. You're working against a universal law, because if you're giving something out, you need to be able to be compensated for it in return.
Absolutely. And there's one other piece of it that you just mentioned I think is worthwhile expressing to people. I had a client. She wasn't a client initially, but her name is Joni, and she was in her 60s, and she was actually a caregiver. And she lived in a small town in the outbacks in Australia, and she didn't believe that she was worthy of charging for her services. And she went to people's homes as a caregiver. And once she started placing a value on her services and herself, she went from living on a widow's salary of $12,000 a year to $75,000 a year. In 12 months, she changed the way she thought about herself, and doing the same thing she was doing before and accepting people's desire to pay her. She started making $75,000 a year. And she's like, oh my God, I've made more money, in 1 year than I have in 6 years. Mm-hmm. And now she's teaching people who are seniors how to increase their self-worth so that they can increase their net worth and really live their life with a little bit more freedom and a little bit more discretionary time and money.
I love that. It's so true. When you know your value and you own that value and the self-worth, then you receive money for it in return. So I love that. So let me ask you this. You're just such an inspirational person. I know everybody that knows you personally, that I've had on the show, and I've seen the show, you're out in the world. I mean, everyone is just so inspired by you. I know personally I am too. What inspires you?
I wrote a little post in my community yesterday around my highest values. And my number one value is God. My second is health. My second is family. The fourth is contribution. My fifth is fun and experiences. And so I believe that I have certain gifts, certain abilities as a result of my life. And what inspires me is to take the knowledge that I've acquired, the processes, systems, the information, to be able to help make other people's lives just a little bit easier for them to live, so they can smile more, love more, be happier, be more fulfilled. And that's what gives me a lot of joy. I love it. There are certain things that are really easy for me, like studying, whether it's neuroscience or neuropsychology, and understanding it and understanding the brain a little bit more than we used to. And then to show people that, yes, you may have traumas and fears and doubts and anxieties, or you lack confidence, or you lack certainty, but so does everybody else. And here's how to understand it, and here's how to just overcome it and get to your next level. And I just love helping people as my mentors helped me. So that's what it gives my life so much purpose and meaning.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I appreciate you being on the show. I appreciate you being a friend. And so thank you for what you do in my life and for everybody's lives.
Thank you, my dear.
So, John, I know you've got an upcoming Brainathon. Can you talk a little bit about that and how people can learn more about it?
Oh, absolutely. The Brainathon is my way of bringing together some of the top neuroscientists and psychologists in the world. And we're doing a full day of free training to help people recognize the latest brain research and psychology research on being able to change their minds. And what I mean by that is letting go of their doubts and fears and anxieties and lack of confidence and lack of certainty or traumas or anything that's happened in their life, so they can basically take the stuff that's destructive or sabotaging their success, so they can create a clear path for them to be able to live a no excuse life, a no story, is going to hold me back type of life. And we really want to empower people with the latest tools and technologies and research to shatter their financial glass ceiling so they can live amazing lives. And the Brainathon is an entire day event, but people can sign up and join for an hour or 2 hours, or the entire 7 or 7.5 hours that it'll be.
It's an amazing gift. It's truly an amazing gift, because you're doing this so out of service and just giving so much. Like you said, there's so many different experts coming together, and you're providing so much information. And I love that, if someone's busy, but they've got an hour or two that they can watch it and learn and just glean whatever they can from that hour or two. Just really encourage you to check it out. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. So much success and so many beautiful stories and testimonials have come from it. So thank you for that gift, John. We're including the link right under this video. So all you have to do is click on the link and you can join the free Brainathon. So thanks again so much for being here, John. And thank you for that gift.
Thank you so much. It's always a joy.
So let us know what you think, everybody. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you're taking away about what aha moments did you have in, even talking about the law of compensation. How did that help you? And we'll continue the conversation. So thanks and have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye, John.
Bye-bye.